Hi. This nominating process the Republicans are going through is going to give us the best candidate possible. That's what this lunch video is about. Hope you're having a nice lunch. You know, you could get dizzy. The race starts and Bachman goes up and then comes down, and then Perry goes up and comes down, and then Cain goes up and comes down, and now Gingrich is going up, and undoubtedly they're going to start throwing brickbats at him, and you can imagine that he might come down. And Romney is being attacked for flip-flopping on issues. So are we going to have a really damaged, scarred, maimed candidate in November? No way. It's the exact opposite. Politico and the New York Times and the Democratic organs think they're doing the Democrats a favor by savaging the Republican candidates. But the fact is the exact opposite. They're doing us a favor by going after our candidates, because they will be inoculated, they'll be immunized, and they will not be susceptible to these same negatives when it counts in October of 2012. Just look at the recent history. Look at John Kerry. He never got hit with negatives about his Swift boat stuff until after he was the nominee. And then when it came out in August and September, it killed his candidacy. Think of John Edwards, all the stuff that didn't come out about him. Think of George W. Bush. He was nursing a 5 to 7 point lead going into the final weekend of the 2000 election, and he got hit with that DWI conviction up in Maine 20 years before. Had that come out earlier, it wouldn't have been a big deal, but the weekend before the election, it knocked him 5 points back, and he lost by half a point in the popular vote to Al Gore. But then when you get a candidate who goes through this stuff early, they're vetted, and it doesn't really hurt him in November. Bill Clinton got hit with Jennifer Flowers and the draft scandal back in New Hampshire. And Obama got hit with Reverend Wright and Ayers in April and May of 2008. So it didn't really hurt them because they took the hit, they got up, they recovered, and they were immune to it. They were inoculated to it. They had antibodies in their bloodstream to fight against it. And that's what's going to happen now. I believe that Herman Cain's going to come back. I believe he'll be a viable, one of the top 3 candidates who will slug it out all the way down. And the sex harassment charges will be yesterday's news. I think that Bachman may come back. I don't know if Perry can come back. I'm not sure stupidity is forgivable. But in any case, I think that Gingrich will be hit with some stuff and personal history, I'll bet, and he'll overcome that. And I think we're going to end up with a 3-way or maybe a 4-way race of Romney, Cain, Gingrich, and possibly Bachman, and maybe Perry. But those candidates will have been inoculated. They'll have been vetted. And when we get to September and October, there won't be any surprises left for Obama to use to win the election. So have heart. Don't worry when we're going through this process. It's messy. It's demeaning for the candidates. It's a baptism of fire. But it creates great tensile strength. Thanks a lot. Have a nice lunch. And by the way, if you want to have a nice Christmas present, I have mentioned before, I think, this book, Dubs Goes to Washington, and discovers the greatness of America. All Eileen and I could find in the bookstores was Heather Has Two Mommies and books like that. So we wanted to give kids a real opportunity to experience the greatness of America. And it's available on dickmorris.com and amazon.com. Dubs Goes to Washington. Thanks a lot. I hope you have a nice lunch.